Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Arbuckle, and today I wanted to talk a little bit about baseball. As most of you guys know, I'm a big baseball fan, and yesterday was a pretty crazy day in the big leagues. So, if you've been watching the news recently, you probably already know what I'm going to talk about, but if not, I shall inform you. So yesterday, 17 batters were hit by pitches in Major League Baseball, which is a lot more than usual. I don't really remember how many games there were. There weren't a whole lot, but that is a lot more than there normally is, and it was pretty crazy. And there was one game that got completely out of control that started with a nasty hit by pitch. Giancarlo, who plays for the Mariners, Giancarlo Stanton, was hit in the face by an 88-mile-an-hour pitch, which, if you don't know what any of that means, he got hit really hard by a baseball in his face. It was right under his eye and his cheek, and it was one of the most disturbing things I've ever seen. And you could tell that, who was it, Brewers pitcher Mike Fears, you could tell that it was completely accidental because he lost his mind. He went insane after that happened because he was freaking out. He was like, oh my God, I just hit a guy in the face. And at that point, the whole stadium, everyone there is kind of freaking out. Everyone's like, oh my gosh, is this guy going to be okay? No one's really mad because it wasn't on purpose. So everyone's freaking out. Everyone's running around. And at the end of things, they get him on a stretcher. They take him off the field, or they put him on a little ambulance cart thing and take him off the field. And what they called was a strike. They said that he swung at the pitch because his hands came around and he got hit in the face, so they called it a strike. So at this point, there's 0 balls and 2 strikes. So then they bring in another hitter to hit for him to finish out his at-bat, and his name was like Reed. I think it was Reed Johnson who came in. And the very next pitch by Fears was thrown almost in the same spot, almost hit Johnson in the face. But Johnson got his hands up and it hit him off the hand and went out. So he pretty much blocked his face with his hands and got lucky. And at this point, everyone on the Marlins team was livid. So here's the thing. Everyone thought that it was going to be a walk or a hit by pitch. He was going to go to first base. As he started walking to first, the umpire called him out because he said he swung at the pitch. Which, if you know baseball, it doesn't make a lot of sense because, first off, it didn't even look like he swung at the pitch, and that's what the announcers were saying. It didn't even look like he went around at all. And then they said that it was an 0-2 count. It clearly hit something. It either hit his hand or the bat, and it was clearly his hand. So it should be a foul ball, but they just called him out. And at this point on the on-deck circle, who's coming up next to bat, who was over there? Casey McGee, who is the Marlins third baseman, comes running. He just starts walking up, and he just starts going crazy. He is so mad right now because the pitcher's freaking out. He's throwing his hands in the air like, why are you yelling at me? I'm not doing it on purpose. But when something like that happens, you're going to get mad. People are going to get mad. People are going to be, what are you doing? Why are you throwing at people's faces? So while this is going on, the umpire's trying to hold back or push back Casey McGee, and all of a sudden, Garrett Jones on the Marlins comes flying out of the dugout onto the field towards the pitcher's mound and slows down and throwing his hands up like he's about to fight him, hands over his head. He's like, what are you doing? He's like screaming at him, and then all the dugout's clear. It just it got really bad. And as everyone was on the field, Casey McGee is taking off his helmet, screaming his head off. He's thrown out of the game, and literally 6 players on the Marlins are trying to hold him back. This guy's a monster, and he's trying to get at the umpire. So they finally get him back in the dugout, and as he gets in, he picks up this giant chair and just flings it, and then he just walks down into the dugout and away to win. To which then the coach is thrown out of the game because he's livid because they called it strike 3 when it should have been a foul ball. And then everything is just going crazy. So the next inning, Carlos Gomez comes up to bat for the Brewers. And the Marlins pitcher, Desclafani, I think it was, hit him. He hit the Brewers guy. And the umpire didn't want to have any more, so he just threw him out of the game immediately. To which then the pitcher came running up to the umpire freaking out. The second coach came out screaming his head off. He was thrown out of the game, and it was the coolest baseball game I think I've ever seen. It was pretty wild. But all prayers definitely do go to Giancarlo Stanton because that was the saddest thing ever, to get hit right in the face by an 88-mile-an-hour baseball. I can't imagine that. I could not imagine getting hit that hard right in the face, but hopefully he is okay. I know he did suffer a couple fractures and some dental problems, and he had a couple of things. He needed stitches, obviously, but he tweeted out today and said he was doing good, or he's doing better. So yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy the commentary. I kind of just ran through a baseball game, but it was pretty intense. If you want to see it, just go to MLB.com. And it's all over that website. Videos of the whole thing are all over that website. Trust me, you'll want to see it because it's pretty intense. Watching some of these like people running out of the dugouts and going crazy. But other than that, that's all I wanted to talk about. I hope you guys did enjoy the commentary, and I will talk to you guys in the next one. See ya.